Hi, this is 50/50 Real Estate Podcast for the Common Man, where we talk about selling, buying, and investing in real estate. We aren't baffling you with BS. We're dazzling you with brilliance. We're not telling you how to become a millionaire. We are telling you stories, the truth, and the information no one is talking about. So sit back, listen, laugh, and enjoy 50/50 Real Estate Podcast for the Common Man.
Hey everybody, this is JD. I hope you're looking good and feeling fine. We're going to be discussing a lot here. A lot of it's going to be home ownership, buying and purchasing a home, selling your home, jobs, economy, paying the bills, and whatever. You know, it's really interesting. The more and more I talk to people, younger people, the more and more I realize how much of a struggle it is actually for these people. You know, the old days when we were making $2, $3, $5 an hour minimum wage, our rent was only, $150, $200. Now rents are $1,500, $1,800 a month. Car payments, my first car was brand new, $3,000. I think it was $3,000. It wasn't brand new. I bought it from a neighbor, but it only had something like 7,500 miles on it. And gas was only, $50 cents, 60, 80 cents a gallon. Now, it's just a struggle out there. I bought my first house for $74,000, and now that same house is, probably $500,000, and incomes have not gone up that much from when I bought my first home. And it's just an incredible struggle for people. Younger, older people, I don't know anybody who's really, really doing well. You got your upper millionaires, billionaires, but your average guy, family that's just working for a living, they're just working paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. And I find it really, really interesting that in the past 2 to 3 years, interest rates were really, really low. So a lot of people refinanced their home, try to get those payments down. But what they did is, they went back out and except getting those payments going down and lowering their monthly payments and their bills, they'd get their home equity lines of credit or refinance and put a lot of equity out. Now, the thing that's really interesting is that, they would buy a home maybe $300,000-$400,000, and then within, a year, that home was worth $500,000 or $600,000, and they figure, wow, we got all this free money. We got all this money. Well, let's go refi, pull $100,000 of our equity out, because we last year we paid $400,000. Now it's $500,000, and next year it'll probably be worth $600,000. So we'll pull that $100,000 worth of equity out. We'll pay off our credit cards, which credit cards love you when they pay them off, because it's an unsecured loan. If you don't pay your credit cards, then they can't take anything from you. And that's what I always tell people. When people are stuck and they're having a tough time, I say, pay your house payment, don't pay your credit cards. Because if you don't pay your house payment, they can take your house away. But if you don't pay their credit cards, they can just badger you to death, but they can't take anything away. That's why you pay 18, 20, 25% interest rates. So, a lot of people took their home equity lines of credit, paid their credit cards off, paid their cars off. And, car dealers and car People love that because you're paying a depreciating asset because they don't want to repossess your car. Your car is probably worth half of what it was worth, probably upside down in it, and they could probably take a loss. So when people got their money out of their homes and paid their cars and credit cards payments off, they love that because they're like, great, now it's the bank's responsibility. And the banks love it because they're taking a home, and if you don't, they have a secured loan now. So if you don't pay, they can take your house away. And yeah, maybe the market goes down, but at least they have something they can take from you except just, an unsecured loan. So what is going to happen here, and I see this all coming, is the market's really, really slowed down. I mean, we're looking at, I think the interest rates are like 2.93%. They're about 4.25, almost 4.5, and we haven't even started now. And with the Ukraine war, who knows how involved we're going to get in that. Gas is probably going to go up 50 cents, $1 by the end of summer. The housing market's really slowed down. I mean, you're going to get people putting on their homes on the market. And I've already seen this. It was on kind of TV, and I almost had a laugh. They were like, oh, real estate market's really slowing down. They were interviewing a seller, and the seller was like, I put my house on the market, and I haven't gotten any offers yet. And my next door neighbor put his house on the market, and man, he got 12 offers in 12 hours, and I haven't gotten any offers. And then you realize she only had a house on the market for 4 days. I've been in this business for years. I mean, the average home usually took 30 to, sometimes a month and a half just to get a good solid offer on it. And she's like whining and stressed out because she hadn't gotten an offer on it, and it was only been 4 days. But that's what's going to happen. You're going to get people who've over-mortgaged their home, bought overinflated properties. The interest rates are going to go up. Who knows if they're going to start laying off of people here soon because it's just going to be really too expensive to, run businesses now. And these people won't be able to sell their homes because of over-mortgage them. They took so much equity out of their home to buy, trucks and mobile homes and pay off credit cards and their bills. And now they're so over-mortgaged on their home, they start going down, and they're going to be just stuck on them. I'm seeing right now a lot of foreclosures and election and demand notices going out now that foreclosure moratorium has been lifted. So a lot of banks are starting to send those notices out, and you're going to start seeing probably a lot of foreclosures coming out, and you're going to probably see a lot of builders panicking. Builders, panicking because what's going to happen is you got these people who went in, there wasn't any inventory 6 months ago, so they decided to buy a brand new home. Well, the home wood and prices have gone up $30,000 sometimes on homes, so a lot of times builders pass that on to buyers. But a lot of them that were contracted 4, 5, 6 months ago, those contracts are kind of solid, and some builders are raising the prices and telling their buyers, we'll just can't sell it to you at these prices that we contracted, 6 months, a year ago. So we're going to have to raise. But a lot of them are just eating that cost. Well, what's going to happen is as we get to probably in the, I'd say March, June, where all these houses now are finished and they're ready to close, and these people who are buying a home have houses to sell, and now they can't sell their own homes, or they can't get these overinflated prices and 5 offers in 24 hours, and they're going to have to drop the price. They're not going to have all this money to go in to buy their new homes, and they're going to be backing out of contracts, and there's going to be a lot of builders holding the bag here with a lot of inventory that they won't be able to sell, and they're going to be starting to decrease the homes, give you incentives like buy this home and close by the end of the month. We'll pay all your closing costs. We'll give you a free basement. We'll throw in all the landscaping. We'll give you all free appliances. We'll pay for points. We'll pay for whatever, just to get them off their books, because once they are supposed to close and they don't, then they're going to have to stop paying construction loans and they're going to be buried. So if you own any builders stock, I dump it as quick as I could, because they're going to be taking a bath in the next probably 5 to 6 months. Like I said, it's really going to be an interesting year. I would not listen to all these real estate agents. I'm one, but I'm been doing this for years, saying, oh, it's a great market, you should buy now. The market's gone up 10-15%, and boy, 2022 is even going to be a better year, blah blah blah. What are they going to say? But you think about it. Mortgage companies make their money giving you loans. Real estate agents make money selling your homes. Do you think they're saying, don't get a loan, the interest rates are going to even go up higher, you should have got it 2 years ago? Or real estate agents going to say, don't you buy homes, don't sell homes, it's a terrible time, you're going to take a bath, they're overinflated. No, they all go broke. So they want to give you rainbows and unicorns, tell you how wonderful it is, and then when they're, got their pay and you're left holding an overinflated house, then you're stuck with it, and they've got their commission check and they went on with their lives. So like I said, it's going to be kind of real ugly here, and inflation's gone up 7%. The Ukraine war, the gas is probably going to go up. Interest rates are saying they're going to raise them maybe 2 or 3 more times by the end of the year. So I'm thinking interest rates have always went up March, April, May, ever since I've been selling homes, which has been quite a while. And so you're probably looking at a rate increase March, April, around that time. That's probably, I wouldn't be surprised that probably May, June, you're looking at 5% interest rate, which is still really good, but everybody's so spoiled because they were like 2.93%. So that's going to put a huge halt on the market. So like I said, I'm just giving you the facts, and I'm telling you exactly what's coming down the road here. And you do whatever you want to, but if you're thinking about buying a new home, I just wait till these builders are stuck with all this inventory and pretty much are giving you, what do they say, giving you the house, because they're going to be stuck and they don't want to pay these construction loans because they'll go broke. I bet you a lot of builders go broke this year because they're going to be left with all this inventory they can't sell. And they've got overinflated prices because the lumber went up, and they're going to be taking losses. But so I would just sit down, get yourself a bag of peanuts and watch the show, because it's going to be an interesting year this year in real estate. Well, thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe give you some stuff to think about, and I will see you next Monday. Take care. Bye for now.
We hope you enjoyed the show, Real Estate for the Common Man. Please follow us or subscribe. Tell your friends, neighbors, relatives, and coworkers about us. We're on all your major podcast apps: Amazon, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and iTunes. If you can't remember all that, just Google it, or have your friends Google Real Estate for the Common Man and it will come up. Again, we thank you very much for your time, and hopefully you enjoyed the show. Hey, if you live in Colorado Springs and want to buy or sell a home, you can look us up at soldrealestatecompany.com, as in I sold a home. Again, thank you very much. Have a very good week, and we'll see you next Monday. Bye for now.